So I'm doing this video to explain my problems with VRChat and what's happened to it over the years, and this video that I'm reacting to today completely sums up everything that I have to say. So if you can, please check out the video, because a lot of my viewers that are into VRChat got into it because of the channel and the content that we make. So please check out the video and receive this as a warning to what not to do in VRChat and what to stay away from.
So a year ago now, I made my first video on VRChat, basically going over the game, the good, the bad, and
yeah,
the
VRChat has kind of devolved into a very weird state. If you guys enjoyed the video, you want to see more, subscribe to the channel, turn on notifications, leave the comments
ever
below.
Since that upload, I've been occasionally sprinkling in VRChat content every now and again, like your roommate does estrogen into your food. Believe me, I don't have a problem. It's just this game keeps surprising me.
Verified toy. What does that mean?
It means that if you want to have a good time with me, you can.
What? Excuse
as
me!
I've stated before, I'm a professional in this subject. As within the years of 2017 to 2021, I was an active player of VRChat that accumulated 3,500 hours on the platform.
3,000! Oh, no. I mean, I have 500, so I'm not that much of a degenerate, but still. No! That's insane.
First of all, before you express your disgust towards me, most of those hours were from COVID, and second of all, I don't want to see any feces fleeing, especially from the War Thunder community. Yes, it's more respectable to have the same amount of hours in that game, but it is extremely difficult to resist inputting your card information and funding the Omnissiah snail to prevent yourself grinding from 2 to 3 months just to get your first front jet wheel. And even if you do get your first jet legitimately, you will proceed to get players that have invested their 401k to get the latest jets that have yet to have their blueprints leaked to Reddit to prove a point in a rather menial argument. Once again, only slightly more respectable than VRChat. But anyway, I digress. Drag up a chair, let your friends and family know you're going to be absent for the next few days, because your feces porthole is going to be with so much disturbing information about this game, you may need PTSD therapy afterwards. Yeah, no, it's really bad, because a lot has changed since that first video, and similar to 2018, VRChat has once again been pushed into the limelight of the internet with an ever-mounting erosion of its reputation. And if you're playing games like CSGO with your game hours publicly shown, and you just missed that mirage mid-window smoke, your teammates are going to be using that as ammunition to bully you. Because VRChat is still the worst.
Like, I'm not trying to hate on VRChat too much. I think it's still really fun game.
I think VRChat needs no introduction, but I'll give you the cliff notes, as every time I make a VRChat video, I feel like I'm regurgitating the same foul information verbatim.
Okay. I've played these games before!
But VRChat is known and advertised to be a platform where you can communicate and make friends with other people through
it's genuinely fun when you can get to the fun
more
stuff.
Infamously known for... Sorry, just let me get the list.
Okay, let's see.
A majority of players being children, virtual prostitution, to the point where I worry for the future, and related topics, dating, influencing, drinking, and terrible moderation, and just being cringe. All of which people outside the VRChat community have this perspective of this game, and that thought process is not exactly an illusion, but I'll talk about each later. It gets a little weird, man, when you get into the rabbit hole of VRChat was initially released in 2014, and as of recently is available on multiple platforms, such as PC, Quest, and now phone.
I owe a lot to
phone, meaning you are only a few clicks away from your virtual Vietnam. But VRChat is advertised to be a game, but I would argue it's more of an experience. The primitive version of Ready Player One, and a testbed for the first fully immersive metaverse, because it's evolved tremendously since its first
I remember
release.
when Mark Zuckerberg was like, we're gonna start the metaverse, but it's like everyone has VRChat, that's free, might as well just play that.
God, I Miss You, Freeze Tag, Murder 2, and Town of Salem. But the player base now from previous years treat and act like this game is a reality. A lot of the player base since 2017 can now be found huddled around a mirror, taking part in socializing, and a small percent becoming self-loathing narcissists who will not spend an atom of a second in a world if there is not a mirror in it. People have begun experimenting with their avatars, where a majority of female avatars are actually piloted by males.
To hang up that computer call. Come over here and kiss me on my hot mouth.
Primarily due to the fact female avatars have a lot more work put into them than male avatars. whatever reason.
Oh my god!
The reasons being they just want to look at a female model, which is the highest form of copium, because, you know, they're just experimenting. Just put the thigh highs on already, buddy. But the majority of female-presenting avatars are actually guys. My source is this disheveled middle finger, and trust me, bro, I am an unfortunate expert in this field. As VRChat is a community-run game, it has opened its arms for a plethora of communities, predominantly being the LGBTQ and furries.
Stuff
community
like that
worlds
is what
and
it's
now
good for,
groups
you know?
which help people identify you're part of that group, which that feature has now also been used for I've mentioned too many times on this channel, and have unfortunately unwillingly been educated on the topic to a disappointing degree, and is more prevalent on the platform than it has ever been.
Holy Jesus. What is that? What is that, Private Pie?
I don't want to look at that, bro!
Knowing about it and about a third partaking in it. ERP is basically NSFW activities involving two or more people in the VRChat, where instead of the worry of pregnancy, you're worrying if your neighbor can see you hip thrusting the air through your window, like your life depends on it. Or you'll be worried if your bespoke device for this situation can last all of 5 seconds to last the entire session. Yes, there are devices that link to your avatars and interact with you, to the point where the companies that make these products have identified that VRChat is a gold mine and sponsor a lot of social events and clubs within
This
VRChat.
is what I mean, it gets weird, bro. They actually fund stuff like this.
Is very popular on the platform, and with things such as full body dancing and now eye tracking, makes the activity even more immersive. But most people with full body tracking just sit down with it anyway. Lazy bastard. And
good thing I haven't done that yet. Going
back to ERP, did I mention there's dating apps now for this game?
They have a dating app? I didn't even know this.
Where the dating platform doesn't even allow you to upload IRL pictures, and have been used for things like one-night stands and successful relationships.
It's a game!
The last part may have been a lie.
Not real!
Because after watching the VRChat HBO documentary,
I've seen this! I've watched this documentary. I've watched this documentary, the HBO original documentary film. Do you know this is made?
Responsible for the monoliths of shows like Chernobyl and Band of Brothers, and more recently Penguin.
That's made by the people that made Penguin and Chernobyl. And I watched this documentary. So a friend of mine, me and a friend of mine, we were chilling and we learned about the VRChat documentary because we thought it'd be really funny for us to watch it. It's like a real documentary, right? So we watched it and we couldn't even we couldn't. It was too cringe, man. Because they were talking about how VR is a great platform. And I think there are some great moments in the documentary. One of my favorite moments that simulate why VRChat is such a cool place, and I agree with this, is that people that are deaf? People that are deaf, that can't speak, they have a hand sign class in VRChat. So it has a lot of deaf people go onto these worlds and do, hand language in order to communicate with each other. And what they do is they teach other VRChat players how to do these, hand signals in order to do, to talk to deaf people. I think stuff like that is really good. And that stuff like that is what VRChat should be used for. Stuff like building a community, that's good. I think that's wonderful. That's a wonderful thing that they can do. You can meet some amazing friends on VRChat. And I owe a lot to this game. Like I said before in the video, I don't hate VRChat. Because, to an extent, I hate what it's become. That's what I mean. So, I owe a lot to VRChat. It's a wonderful game where you can have so much fun and express so much creativity. You can meet amazing people on there, and I met all of you guys through there, and I love the platform so much. But it's just devolved.
Did a documentary on VRChat where I'm convinced only a handful of relationships on VRChat actually.
Thanos was right. For real, bro. Got stabbed the universe.
Miles apart, but we're gonna try our best to make it work.
They broke up. And if you're about to comment that you and your virtual girlfriend that you've been dating for a week are actually going to work out, she's probably getting her back out like a right now on VRChat.
The actual YouTube uploaded this video that I'm going to do is going to censor a lot.
It's a world for deviants seeking out this activity, and for some reason, the Japanese. And then we have the Quest users, arguably the downfall of VRChat,
yeah,
and the sole reason it has so many shortcomings now, because before 2021, all of the nations of VRChat lived in peace.
They did! And then the Quest users came in.
And the servers were flooded with children who had acquired these standalone headsets that did not require a bulky PC to run the game, and parents were unknowingly buying them a piece of equipment that would expose them to all the things I just mentioned, and things like grooming. which is notorious on VRChat and has been well documented, but also made VRChat a place where people over the age of 18 are a minority, and being screamed at by a prepubescent teen in a lobby is a majority. But that is VRChat. And believe it or not, there are a lot of positives of the game, such as communication and being able to make friends.
For real.
But there are an ever-mounting plethora of disadvantages and negatives of VRChat, depending on who you surround yourself with. And ever since my previous video, things about the game have changed and come to light which are borderline deplorable, and some added features that may be a positive for the reputation of VRChat.
Like they added age verification recently, thank goodness. I'm glad they added that. It's all long overdue.
Now, a rare victory for the VRChat moderation team, something they have been starved of for consecutive years. In December of 2024, they announced age verification.
That's good.
Something that would counter arguably the biggest problem of VRChat.
I'm so happy
and not to go full Anakin Skywalker, it was the children. As even though a majority of the community would say this is an adult game, it only had the age rating of 13. And
wait, no, wait, it had...
Of 13.
No, it's not a 13-year-old game, no!
Of a growing epidemic, where it's been well documented there are individuals that have groomed and manipulated children on the game, even the existence of things like grooming rings, and adults that have courted minors into relationships to exploit them, some of which happening in the public lobbies of VRChat where they show no shame in what they are doing.
This even so Sonic character channels getting exposed with this, bro. I swear, I get recommended videos of people exposing someone from the Sonic community. Like fans of the channels. And I'm like, ah, man, this is so weird,
Again,
bro.
this has been well documented.
So weird,
there are a plethora of videos of individuals that have been doing these activities, such as the most infamous example, which we've talked about before, Tech Gangster.
13!
You know what? You know what's funny? I'll to them.
I can't believe it.
And is known throughout the lands of VRChat for its deplorable
actions,
and the fact that the VRChat team does relatively nothing about it. The VRChat team had as much involvement as the local Claude, simply just watching it happen. All they will do is ban mob his alt accounts at a snail's pace, and within that time he's probably made another alt account because he has not been hardware banned or IP banned, both of which can be circumvented, but no attempt has been made, possibly due to the reason that most VRChat mods are volunteers. They do not get paid for this, especially people moderating the Discord, because for some reason these people wanted to be internet janitors, most likely getting paid well below the poverty level, to the point where they sustain themselves on McDonald's sauce packets and self-approval, and most of them got this opportunity through being a part of the community before, the most notable being Tupper, the said-to-be face of VRChat, and someone on the level of something like a head mod. But before age verification was implemented, it actually fell more into the responsibility of the groups of VRChat, who in their own group instances would do age verification, but were very limited to asking people as soon as they joined their age and date of birth.
February 25th, 2006.
Hoping that if they were a minor, they did not know simple math. But I bring this up because the VRChat team aren't the most innocent themselves. I'll talk about that later, but as of right now, 10 plus years of the game existing, and they finally discovered Rock and Stone and decided to announce age verification, which is a process where
it took them just so long to do it. They should have done it so much sooner.
IDs to verify your age, and to verify you are over the age of 18 years old biologically.
This is good. I'm glad they're doing this. It's really needed.
A toddler, but you will need to submit a picture of your ID and a picture of yourself. Then you will have a badge on your VRChat profile showing you are over the age of 18. And things like adult instances will be available to you. And people that are not age verified will not be able to join these instances or wilds. Meaning you can doom to your heart's content without traumatizing a child. I can't wait for the plus 18 public to start. Obviously, this isn't 100% safe. You can use somebody else's credentials, I guess. But it's a step in a good direction, and there's only so much
it is a good step in the right
do.
direction.
But
like, I'm glad they're actually implementing this. They need it.
Testing, is not readily available to every user. Right now, it's only available to people using the group feature of VRChat and in the larger ones. Groups that you can join through the game and display above your head, like the Arizona Tea group, the Daddy
But even the system could be flawed as well, but I
hope
it at least help. I think it will help at the very least. I hope it help at the very least. It will help at the very least. That's what I reckon. I reckon these things will still help out in the long term. Like, it's better to have them than not have them. You know what I mean?
VRChat moderation has had a slight reputation boost from this, and are no longer considered to having a workload equivalent to any HR role, but the VRChat moderation team still has the reputation of summertime liquid dog feces, and
it's just...
rightfully so, as recently within VRChat itself, by chance on a midnight rooftop world, I got to meet Verum, who must have been very confused by my avatar.
Verum? Well, Ryan Gosling!
Is a VRChat content creator.
Oh,
that focuses on the
the most devious side of it. Yeah.
Aesthetic. And told me he doesn't even monetize any of the videos, so he makes virtually no money exposing these people.
Yeah, it's a good thing people do that.
He told me about a video he did with Brandon FM. So people got exposed to that video, so make sure to go check it out, because they did a deep dive on the average VRChat user, with surveys and statistics that definitely impacted their own mental health, and lo and behold, the average VRChat user is a degenerate. Quite possibly no surprise there, but they also looked at the mods of VRChat, from the Discord mods to the actual mods, including such people as Tupper, and the results get themselves and found nothing wrong. Now, it's really funny and worrying the fact that they only recognize this now there's a video about it, and even Tupper himself looked at the information for, once again, 12 seconds, but only did anything about it when there was a full video made about it, and they were dropped in hot water. And those people are still mods to this day. But even more surprising and worrying, for some reason they would ban Verum from the official VRChat Discord, and would have done the same with Brandon if he did not have a different name, for seemingly no reason. And some of the messages talking about Brandon FM after the video are removed, but the ones critiquing him are left up. A moderator is supposed to set a good example and protect the users of their community from people, especially one who is still making alt accounts to this day and causing havoc on the platform, and investigate things given to them by their community to further the goal of protecting users and improving the reputation of the platform as a whole, not just supposedly looking at a Google Drive link for 12 seconds. That is the VRChat moderation team.
People are addicted to this game, bro. There are people that live in VRChat. I don't know how they do that.
Now, recently, there has been a new increase in people watching VRChat content. Mainly the trolling videos.
Why?
I love VRChat trolling videos, bro. This is my G right here.
You're already okay. Oh, no, I'm not in your opinion with you.
Especially from YouTubers like Proximity Chat.
I love Proximity Chat. Radgrave was the one that did the Sonic VRChat video. I love that video.
Or maybe you've been looking at the live streams of people like the last bastion of VRChat, Rufflegator, who is still making innovative content within the VRChat platform and unknowingly making viral meme content like this.
Whoa, what the hell? Hello? Ah, hi.
Yes,
what the
I'm an anomalous carrot.
What do you do?
I do my best.
That thing was the first Apex Predator, by the way. But especially for the rising audience for these YouTube videos, it is a window into VRChat, where most people that would have never been introduced to VRChat see it for the first time, and normally harbor a very negative opinion towards it, because in most of these videos you see people that take this game way too seriously, like it's real life, and I'm not even talking about Phantom Sense.
Move, bro. Can you like go somewhere, please?
Why?
Why are you being so busy, bro? Because I told you to, bro.
Oh,
what do you mean?
I'll move for sure.
You have people that do depraved acts in public lobbies.
Are you playing with those?
No, I can't. That's too cringe.
Oh,
that's cringe. Nah, I can't.
Do you need like a chiropractor or something?
Borderline creepy activity.
It's complicated.
Right, but I caught you with your red rocket out.
To the point where there's a VRChat to catch a predator.
Just okay, I can't watch this. I can't. That's too cringe.
It would be totally unfair to say every VRChat lobby is like this, and that your first VRChat lobby is going to look almost identical to it. Rest assured, the people recording these videos had to at least spend an hour on VRChat, and go through only 3 public instances, because it's a little over a third of VRChat that are like this, because all the sane people have been pushed into private instances. Because believe it or not, VRChat isn't the most healthy influence. Once again, going back to Verum's and Brandon FM's video, they did a survey of over 1,000 VRChat players, showing that a lot of them are addicted to VRChat, do things like ERP.
What? 62? 59% said
yes,
VRChat made them the... Yeah, because you're treating it too seriously.
ERP,
Video games are not real life.
Overall...
VRChat's not real life, bro. 76% said VRChat makes them... Because VRChat's not real life. You go outside... We say go outside and touch grass because you should. There's a life out there. Play other games. Literally play Marvel Rivals.
Lonely. Yes, VRChat is a social game where you can speak to people all over the world, make lifelong friends and have fun, maybe even find a relationship. Just don't tell your parents you found them on VRChat because the adoption papers will be coming rather late. But what I'm finding increasingly common is it is not good for you. Even people that disliked social games before and or social interactions in general get addicted to the environment that is VRChat. It may be a result of wanting to make new friends constantly, a good time they had in their early stages of VRChat they're trying to recreate or even chase, or even the social environment of VRChat itself, which they may have not experienced outside of the headset, all of which I just mentioned can cause addiction to the game, and if they don't find any of those things, can become lonely or depressed. It's to the point where people take this game too seriously, getting on the platform at least once a day, or just never taking the headset off. And with things like VRChat jobs now, where some of the groups pay people to moderate their instances, some of them may never need to take that headset off, viewing and treating VRChat equivalent to real life. Some even sleeping and eating in VRChat. Personally, with all my hours in VRChat, I have seen this happen countless times. This game is unknowingly addictive, and it gets worse, because it also enables other addictions, mainly those involving alcohol and, as also seen in the Verum and Brandon FM video, over a third take part in the drinking.
46%, and it's a video game, man!
Their name. And it doesn't stop at drinking or drugs, as virtual has become normalized in VRChat and is fairly easy to find something else. And I think if you don't take the game too seriously and actually play it in moderation, and you find a group of people you actually enjoy talking to that aren't complete degenerates and actually have your best interest in mind, which may be scarce on the platform
some of the funnest experiences I ever had in VRChat.
If you find that, I think you're truly going to have a good time on that game. Just once you find that group of friends, never go into a public lobby once again. But yeah, that's all I had to say, and bye-bye.